For years, the tech industry operated on a single assumption. The race to build artificial intelligence was a straight line toward one omnipotent system. This chart shows the performance trajectories of the three leading models, GPT-5.4, Claude 4.6, and Gemini 3.1. Look at the top. They all hit a hard horizontal ceiling right around the 80% mark on the SWE Bench evaluation. SWE Bench is a testing framework that measures how well an AI can resolve real-world software engineering issues from GitHub. Because raw coding and reasoning capabilities have essentially equalized, the competition has shifted. The battle is no longer about which model is objectively smarter. It is about execution style and operational posture. GPT 5.4, Claude 4.6, and Gemini 3.1 Pro represent three entirely different evolutionary branches of intelligence. Each has developed its own specialized strategy for handling complex work. Treating these three systems as interchangeable defaults is the fastest way to fail in a modern professional workflow. OpenAI positions GPT 5.4 as its broad flagship. They designed it specifically for mass operational stability rather than trying to dominate one narrow, highly specialized niche. This capacity scale illustrates its primary advantage. A standard 1.05 million token context window funnels seamlessly into a massive 128,000 token output capacity. That ceiling lets the model generate massive, uninterrupted documents or execute multi-file codebase refactors without breaking context. It also scores 75% on OS World Verified. This benchmark tests an AI's ability to execute everyday computer tasks, like navigating the web, working with spreadsheets, and managing local files. Its true value lies in acting as the safest, most balanced default engine for a mixed professional environment. Anthropic took a different path with the Claude 4.6 family, which includes the Opus and Sonnet models. They built a constitutional specialist designed for agentic planning. An agentic AI is a system capable of breaking down complex goals into smaller tasks and executing them autonomously to achieve a specific outcome. To understand the scale of this specialization, consider that Claude Code now autonomously authors 4% of all public GitHub commits. This price-to-performance matrix isolates the high-end Opus model in the top right quadrant. It demands a premium cost, but delivers superior multi-agent orchestration. Meanwhile, the cheaper Sonnet tier dominates human judgment evaluations. It relies on nuanced constitutional guidelines to navigate tricky social dynamics. When a workflow requires autonomous agentic planning or deep political and social realism, Claude is the mandatory choice, justifying the higher friction and token cost. Google engineered Gemini 3.1 Pro to serve as the multimodal engine of the market, built for massive data scale and low-cost execution. At $2 per million input tokens, it costs less than half of what Claude Opus charges, while maintaining a massive 1 million token context window. Its unique edge comes from its architecture. It processes text, images, audio, and video simultaneously in a single core, providing native multimodal reasoning. Multimodality is the ability of an AI to process different types of data within a single model architecture. This funnel illustrates its main limitation. Massive data inputs squeeze into a restrictive 64,000 token output ceiling, creating a bottleneck for long-form generation. Therefore, you deploy Gemini for deep research, where it scores 94.3% on GPQA Diamond, rather than mass content creation. Gemini 3.1 Pro is the undisputed king of cheap, massive-scale data ingestion, provided your workflow doesn't require it to write a novel in response. We now have three distinct philosophies of intelligence. The most effective way to deploy them is through a strategy known as routing. This routing diagram shows the strategy in action. Routing is the process of automatically directing specific tasks to the AI model best suited to handle them, based on cost, speed, or accuracy. You assign tasks based on strengths: massive datasets to Gemini, autonomous loops to Claude, standard user requests to GPT 5.4. Getting this wrong carries operational risks. Forcing Claude to sort basic data burns money, while asking Gemini to orchestrate human resources policy risks a logical failure. Strategic success in 2026 belongs to the enterprise that masters this architectural routing logic, regardless of which labs built the underlying models. The strategy of relying on a single God model has reached its limit. Professional survival now depends entirely on the strategic orchestration of specialized intelligence.